Make was banished from his native lands. He gave up his weapons and found strength in faith and magic. For 40 days he walked on a pilgrimage across half of the continent to reach the Mecca of all board gamers of the world, the glorious city of Essen. Tens of thousands of people made the journey to fill the already overcrowded carriages of German transport. Make continued his journey until he reached the holy halls of Messe Essen. I have never seen so many geeks and lovers of board games in one place, like in Essen Metro, U-Bahn. There were so many of them trying to reach the Essen Messe to play games, to get new games, to get unique cards and promo cards and everything. And it was a huge messe. As soon as I reached the Essen Messe, I just ran to get the games I was looking for, and some of them, unfortunately, they were already gone, as for example a game called Panda Spin from creator of my favorite, all-time favorite card game, Red 7. I love his games, and this one apparently is good, but okay, I'll get it later. I found lots and lots of people, really weird people, strange one I've met somewhere else. And the next game I was looking for was the Phoenix New Horizon. I really like the post-apocalyptic theme, and I'm gonna tell about it more. And I found this game exciting because of the topic, of the theme and illustrations, and also because of unique worker placement and workers that can be somehow upgraded on a separate board. So let's see, I didn't play it yet, but I am excited about this game. Okay, Stan Kordonsky, he made a few other games about Kiev, about, as we saw, Ivan Grozny. And now we see a post-apocalyptic Moscow, the Kremlin. Lots and lots of games about colonialism, world order, about conquering other continents or other planets. People love this topic, and I understand why. The game from the creators of Hegemony, called World Order, they wrote the whole book about this, taking these controversial fractions to play for.
The articles, universities that participated on creating, you can have a look, sir, on creating the game.
Many economic games, people love to earn money, at least while playing board games. One economic game called Ada's Dream about creation of computer in England. Another game from Alley Cat Station to Station. It's a family game about railways. I love steam engines and everything, but probably it's too simple for me. Another Extreme Fireland and quite heavy games. One of them from Uwe Rosenberg about Schwarzwald. Extension for the Gaia project, one of my favorite game about colonization of space. I love this game and I think the expansion should be good, but unfortunately my base game is far away and I can't get it right now, so probably I will play this expansion later. There are a bunch of other games about colonization of space, one here, one other game, Galileo Galilei, and I like this part where the Inquisition in being involved, and it's a nice touch. And yes, there's a problem with only male characters in this game, and let's see, this is a controversial topic in terms of should board games be historically correct or should they rewrite the history for better understanding of it. I don't know, and yes, actually I think this should be rewritten if there's a possibility to actually involve real historical female figures. If they exist, yeah, they should be involved in this game. Otherwise, maybe it's not always correct to be politically correct. Sometimes it's good to be politically incorrect. Let's dive deeper to Inferno. Yes, based on the well-known Italian Renaissance literature. Ascending Empires, a really cool 4x game where you have to be really precise in how to attack your opponent. And yes, it's quite good. I really like the first one with the cardboard board, and here we have these nice mates and probably improved mechanics. I don't know if they already sell this game or not, but I hope this new version is good, and I hope to play it at some point. Many games about war, another popular topic for humans, and for some reason people love to be powerful, to kill other people, to conquer, and they think that there's not enough of this in the real life and they wanted more on their tables. So one of the games I was impressed is about Russo-Japanese War. Really beautiful illustrations, and I don't know how good the game is. I think there's too much war around, so I don't really want to play war games right now, but probably this game is something interesting if you're searching for a thematic, beautiful, and not too complicated war game. There are lots of games for one person, solo games, and I understand when you do your pilgrimage to Essen or to some other place, you could want to play on your own, and this game called Conservas. It's a Spanish game about creating the fish jars, the conservation of the fish or other fruit de mer. And another game based on the well-known book 1984, and this is the solo game. So you start in the city, okay?
And you have to follow the path until you leave the Golden Country.
Okay.
So you escape from the city. And in order to do that, you will be throwing the dice, and you will have to place them following some rules.
Okay.
The rules, every dice has a rule that you must follow. So the first one is the red one. The red one, when it comes into play, it will match the value from the lowest already placed die. So in this case, it will become a 2.
Okay.
The green one, when you place it, you have to re-roll X dices. In this case, 5 of them. If it's a 1, you will just have to re-roll 1 of them. Okay? Number 2 removes from the game a dice that has a higher value. For instance, we could be removing this one.
Okay.
Because you could never remove the yellow one, because the yellow one is think pol, the police, the mind police, so you cannot remove it. The white one, when you place it, you choose 2 dices that has the same number, and then you can change one of them to the value of the white dice. In this case, I could be changing this one to 6. The yellow one will send the dice that's in the X position, in the position that the dice says, to the room 101. So in this case, the dice that's in the 4th position is this one, so this one will go to room 101. The dice that are in the room 101 will have a negative impact, like will discount your points. So with what you can do now with the purple dice, that what the purple dice does is that it flips himself and another dice. So you may you should flip this one, so it's just minus 1 point. So then it's gonna be 5 points plus 7 points. This one it's been removed with the blue one. So 12 minus 1, 11 points. And then you will walk 11 steps.
Okay.
And now you can reroll and go on.
So it's more like a puzzle, and it's mostly with numbers. But how the theme is implemented in this game? Like what are the in your opinion the most thematic parts of this game?
It's less thing than, for example, the 1984, which there are a lot of interactions with this. I think that the most link with the book is that the fact that you have 6 dices that have rules that you must always follow.
A level of difficulty.
Exactly. The first one you will have an extra round. You will start with in a round 0. At level 3 of difficulty, it implements those marks in the path. That whenever you finish your movement in one of those parts, you will lose a dice for this round.
Okay.
In the great ones, you will throw all the dices and you will choose one that goes out. It can never be the yellow one.
Yes, and then what are these tracks?
And here is where you count the rounds. If you finish earlier, you'll gain more points. And here is when you fell in these spots, you cross here. So this will give you points at the end that will kind of compensate the fact that you were playing around
so
without...
Probably you can strategically try to lose one color of the die.
Exactly.
All the time. It's a red one.
Exactly. Not only the red one. Every
okay.
time
Any die.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then you finish when you arrive the Golden Country. But if you manage to finish farther, you will get more points. But it's kind of if the last movement you were here, you're more likely to get the 500 points, but it's also another factor to take into consideration.
Okay. And the most thematic part is actually the cover. and probably the game itself is a little bit too mechanical and abstract. So you basically roll dice and then you try to follow the route and then match the colors and then try to reach the exit of this creepy reality at the end on time. Ecology, the environment is a very hot topic nowadays, and of course, for a reason. Yes, you saw these flood footages from all over the Europe, and yes, probably you know what's happening around, and yes, of course, you have to deal with it. But then listening to the talk from Emission Daybreak creators talking just about what kind of, the package you're using.
It's really a difficult thing to figure out is just how do you wrap it up and make sure it doesn't open and fall apart.
For me, it just showed that you can do this kind of thing. You can still create a fun game, you can still find an audience and actually be really, really successful.
Yes, it's important, but I don't know, maybe it's good to make games about positive vision and searching for positive, easy solutions for solving this environmental crisis. But for some reason, I think games like Phoenix, New Horizon, or maybe Revive, games about post-apocalypse, are much more realistic, unfortunately. But some people also say that probably making games or stories about this post-apocalypse somehow tell us the message that we should do something only when something really bad will happen. Otherwise, we could do nothing, or maybe do something small and pretend to be changing something. I don't know. My sister got this game, Evergreen, with this expansion about huge trees and mushrooms. I love mushrooms and huge trees as well. So yes, we didn't play it, but looks good. Yes, I told you about Panda Spin. I forgot to mention this game, Castle Combo. We already played this game. Another game from the creators, from the publishers of Faraway, the game I called second best card game ever made to play on beach or while pilgrimage. Okay, this another game, really thematic, really cool. We liked it. We need to play more to tell you more how good it is and how replayable it is. But first impressions, thumbs up. Thematic games like Thorgal, lots of cartoons, text, beautiful illustrations, beautiful board. I like it. In a separate zone, there were a bunch of miniatures. I realized this game was created by those who basically create and sell miniatures, and I kind of not like it, because I think this could be implemented in a smaller box, and that's why I adore an opposite approach to this topic in the game I already described on my channel. But I look forward to playing this game as well. We got this base copy, and I think it's really good that they provided a new rule book for an introductory scenario published this year. So they gave this book including to this box with all the rules written 2 years ago. I played with my sister, who's a big fan of the original video computer game. The new introductory scenario is made exclusively for 2. It has simplified and clarified rules. Like a computer game, board game has 3 levels: 1 managing your castle, 2nd exploring the map, and the 3rd one is battles. Players explore the map, visit sanctuaries and other locations, obtain different cards for their might and magic deck. The unit cards have two sides, one ordinary, one glossy shiny one. All the battles happen on a separate field. According to initiative, players move and attack using modifier die. The introductory scenario consists of 8 rounds and ends with the epic battle between two players. There are a lot of expansions for this game. Most of them are different castles that consist of miniatures, which are only used to play on a separate field. The Shackelton Base. My friend bought this game and I hope this will be good. 2 years ago when I visited Essen Spiel for the first time, I already bought the game from this Italian duo, a game called Autobahn, and unfortunately I immigrated to Germany since then and I didn't like neither German Autobahns themselves, neither the game. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too messy and not too clear and overcomplicated. This game looks also complicated, but probably it's better. It's about colonization of the crater of a moon, where you have to build your structures, improve your board, personal board, and the main feature of the game are 7 companies, and you only use 3 of them for every game, and each company provides you different mechanics and scoring conditions, replayability and variety for the game. And there's a small degree of asymmetry with the country you're representing, and there's Canada, US, Japan and EU. The game consists of 3 rounds. We use different colors of meeples to activate different actions. For example, to build buildings from our board on the main board, to be able to allocate meeples on our board. For example, these tourists from one of the companies. 2 other companies, one is the set collection moon mining company, and the third one is research company, where you have to fulfill the contracts. We already played the first game and I liked it, and I look forward to see what other companies do. My head was spinning like a screw and I needed to eat something yummy. Will I go to Essen Spiel once again with so many people and with kind of difficult way of getting games and difficulty with trying to find a free space at the table to play a new game, because there are so many people, and I would wish to be able to play more games at Essen Spiel, and maybe if you're coming for 4 days and then you register for slots to play this or another game. So yes, for professionals, for those who can afford coming for 4 days, might be a good idea to get there, but for kind of simple gamer, for those who are searching for new games to play, maybe this place is becoming overcrowded, and it seems like even though they reached certain kind of level of popularity, probably the organizers of Essen Spiel might need to reconsider the way it is organized.